go from Anfield for a dress rehearsal for the Carabao Cup final in 18 days' time. Liverpool are hoping that retaining the League Cup against Newcastle at Wembley will be a first trophy of the season, but not the last, and hopes of a 20th league title were boosted significantly over the course of a weekend that saw Arne Slot's side beat the reigning champions Manchester City at the Etihad, a day after Arsenal had been beaten at home by West Ham. This promises to be one of the sterner tests on the road to glory for Liverpool. 11 games to go, but 7 of them here at Anfield. Virgil van Dijk and the manager Arne Slot have both been keen to stress that it is important Liverpool make home advantage count as much as they can. In terms of the teams this evening, it is 2 changes apiece for Liverpool. Tsimikas and Diogo Jota come into the side that won at the Etihad at the weekend. Andy Robertson and Curtis Jones are the 2 players that drop to the bench. But perhaps the more significant team news is that of Newcastle United, who are without their top scorer Alexander-Arnold tonight with a groin injury. He's not even on the bench. Lewis Miley drops out of the team as well. Callum Wilson starts in the Premier League for the first time this season, and Sandro Tonali returns to the starting 11 as well. Sven Botman and Joe Linton are both still ruled out with injury. And Liverpool hoping that Fortress Anfield can help them on their way to the title. Arne Slot has said his players are not getting ahead of themselves, but he says, for the fans, we do not just want you to dream, we need you to dream. Konate. An early touch for Diogo Jota, restored to the starting lineup tonight. Dominik Szoboszlai's head off in front of him, but instead it comes to Salah. Alexander-Arnold back in the path of Mo Salah, who was caught there, but instead it's a free kick in the opposite direction.
Yeah, claiming a penalty there, Mo Salah, just having a word with the referee. Thought the assistant's flag went up quite quickly there. This was a little 1-2. It just looks like coming together between the 2 players. Certainly Lewis Hall initially, because he was wary of the pace of Mo Salah in behind him, just trying to get tight to him initially. I can't see anything that Salah done wrong there. It certainly looked like there was a foul by the Newcastle player, and it looked like it was inside the box as well, Rob.
Livramento at come in field there, found Murphy. The fullback had carried on his run. Murphy kept hold of it. He was in towards Willock, poked away by Alexander-Arnold. And Allister can try and surge forward and find Jota. Diaz. Szoboszlai, the one obvious target. It is Dominik Szoboszlai! He scored at the weekend, and Dominik Szoboszlai has scored again, and Liverpool hit the front. Expertly crafted by Luis Diaz and calmly converted by Dominik Szoboszlai.
Well, Liverpool have got the length of the pitch, unchallenged by a Newcastle player. But they've done brilliant down this left-hand side. You look for options, just see who comes away from his marker. Tonali was the one who was picking up initially, and he dropped the opposite way towards his goal. Szoboszlai dropped off and we went through a couple of legs, and I think that's why Pope didn't see it. It looked like it was in the centre of the goal, and the keeper didn't react that quickly to get down to his left-hand side to make the save. But there's the reaction of the Liverpool bench, delighted to get the opening goal in this game.
Yeah, it is Johnny Heitinger conducting operations down on the touchline this evening with Arne Slot up in the stands. Mo Salah now, in terms of assists, is up to as good a number as any season since the King himself in 1984-85. Any statistic you can bring up about Salah seems to bring comparisons with greats of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and rightly so. They've been tremendous, and particularly this season.
21 in all competitions so far. It's a good ball over the top there by Dan Burn to Callum Wilson. It's Callum Wilson! Miscues.
Well, that's the concern, isn't it? When Liverpool just switch off defensively, see if he's onside or not. Konate maybe just got caught ball watching. Just when the ball's played here, yeah, he's onside. So that's where you just hold your position. He's going forward and not realising the ball's going to be played over the top, and That for me is a strike from a player who hasn't played much football. See how he just opened his body up and it just came off the side of his right foot, taking it wide of the target. He knows he should have done a lot better there, Wilson.
He's a long way from the action, Arne Slot, but so far so good for his team. Did watch a game from the stands earlier in the season at Southampton.
I think Newcastle will be delighted after going a goal behind that they've kept it at 1-0.
Willock. Just nip away from Trent Alexander-Arnold, wins the throw-in. He was effectively the last man to deny Liverpool maximum points here at home against Newcastle. Joe Willock scoring a 95th minute equaliser back in 2021. Here's Szoboszlai at the other end! Not far away from a second of the night.
The puck get touching that, I'm not sure. Good break down the right-hand side from Liverpool. Jota with a little ball played into Szoboszlai. There's a strike. Oh, it was always angling away to that far post, wasn't it?
Alexander-Arnold just blocked there by Willock. Wilson was interested for a moment, but again Alisson alert, and now bowling out to Tsimikas, who races over the halfway line. Diaz let the ball run nicely there. Salah, danger lurks for Newcastle. Mo Salah, always a fraction too high.
Never anything else in his mind other than a short goal there from Mo Salah. But once again, the break from Liverpool's electric, so quick from one end of the field to the other, in very few passes. Diaz was hoping for the return from Salah there, but we're running into an offside position. Salah just tried to bend it into that far corner with his left foot, just got too much on it. There's a lot of encouragement here for Newcastle if they've got any belief in themselves that they can create a chance or two.
It's nice from Szoboszlai to Alexander-Arnold. Here comes the Liverpool counter, not the Liverpool ball that Trent Alexander-Arnold was hoping to complete there. McAllister, just a fraction stretched. It's Alexis McAllister for Mo Salah. Back to McAllister. He does have his assist, Mo Salah, and Alexis McAllister has his goal. And Liverpool are on course to stretch their already healthy lead at the top of the Premier League. They lead Newcastle by 2-0.
That should be game, set and match. Wonderful play from McAllister to set up the opportunity initially. Great break from midfield, had options. Had teammates to his right-hand side through the middle. And then Mo Salah does really well, because he doesn't panic in the box. He just bided his time and waited. He picked out the right pass, and then the finish was there from McAllister. See, he picks it up in his own half, then he makes the run. Look, there's the options. One was Salah, just watch how he waits, he's patient, just plays it back in his path, and that's a lovely, exquisite finish from McAllister, beyond hope to double the lead for Liverpool.
Well, he hadn't scored at Anfield in the Premier League this season until now, Alexis McAllister. Harvey Barnes. Lewis Miley. And Fabian Schär. Bruno Guimaraes, nicely worked. Murphy's ball in, took a deflection. Alisson dealt with it well as it spooned across the face of goal.
Well, it was the deflection that was made it much more difficult for Alisson. Reacted well to it.
Things might be about to get difficult for Lewis Hall here. Salah, Diaz! Nearly. Again, Mo Salah threads the eye of a needle, but Luis Diaz can't quite convert.
What a ball this is, absolutely outstanding from Mo Salah. Look at him watching, looking, and then outside of the left foot into the path of Luis Diaz, who comes flying in. I think it was just the fact he came in at such pace he couldn't get the contact on it he would have liked.
That's Szoboszlai for Mo Salah. It's Mo Salah, saved by Nick Pope, might come to Jones, away by Newcastle, only as far as Tsimikas to Szoboszlai.
Looked like the old toe punter there, was it, from Mo Salah? Normally you
felt like there was only one outcome.
Yeah, normally you see him curling them, but on that occasion he went for a bit of power, kept it down. Goalkeeper Pope done well to get something on it with his right hand to keep it out.
Szoboszlai. Quansah. Endo. Konate looks forward for Salah. Wins the flick on. Here's Nunez. Salah to thread it back towards Nunez. Salah had continued his run. Liverpool win the corner. Tsimikas' ball in. Will be comfortable enough to win it for Pope. No, it's bundled in. I wonder whether that might be a foul. Yes, it is.
I think goalies are protected far too much these days. He looked sheepish there, Nick Pope. I don't think he looked commanding when he came for it. Was there a push on him? Maybe a slight arm there from Konate, or just on his right shoulder, but he didn't look confident there, did he, at all, the keeper?
With a free weekend to come, the next assignment in the French capital, Paris, in a week's time, rather.
That should be a quiet affair, that, actually.
The French champions. It's been their quest for so many years, Paris Saint-Germain, to finally get themselves a Champions League, but they're going to have to beat the top seeds and league stage winners Liverpool over 2 legs if they're to progress.
I think it's a standout tie, isn't it, when you look at the fixtures?
Interesting that all 3 Premier League clubs left in the Champions League are all on the same side of the draw. That's Salah. Gakpo tries the acrobatic, couldn't quite get it on target.
Great effort though. That's the confidence from Gakpo to try the overhead kick. He's maybe lost his way a little bit where he was.
Well, the gap at the top of the Premier League is becoming a chasm, and the title race rapidly turning into a procession for Arne Slot and Liverpool as they move 13 points clear at the top of the table with yet another home victory over Newcastle United. Dominik Szoboszlai set them on their way with their second goal in 4 days in the first half, and then after the break his mate in midfield made it 2. Alexis McAllister converting Salah's pass to make it 2-0 to Liverpool. It looks as though league title number 20 is on the way.
Yeah, it looks that way at the moment, but the manager says it's taking 1 game at a time. But this was a consummate professional performance from this Liverpool side. Never really gave Newcastle a sniff in the game. Don't think the goalkeeper Alisson actually had a save to make throughout the 90 minutes. Liverpool done enough when they needed to, got the goals at the right time, and I thought that was a thoroughly professional performance, and that puts them well on the way to win the title this season.
Well, Liverpool can enjoy a week off before they return to Champions League action, but for now in the Premier League they are in the most fabulous of shapes. Liverpool 2, Newcastle United 0.